And you were back in Two Drinks to Words by, I guess. Welcome.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, it's another
Order,
another new season,
order,
another new show
order two
right
rounds.
here.
Order two rounds.
Yeah, good stuff happening today. Is
Is it?
just yeah. One thing I forgot to do was just the cameras last week were not they weren't where they usually were. So I'm just playing around a little bit. So don't mind me. I'm just setting everything up. There we go. Looks a little bit better, I guess. I don't know. David, do you ever look at the videos or anything like that?
Yeah, I didn't really notice anything. But,
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not to the untrained eye, but
yes. Because sometimes it's like I lived it. So it's like
yeah.
I'll go to bits and parts. Like my favorite still, like, did you fry the pepperoni?
Wait, what was that?
From our 150th when you
Oh man.
when wifey brought over the food and you're like you ate a piece of pepperoni. Did you fry the pepperoni? It was just so random. It was fucking hilarious. Um,
Yeah. You know what? Because of that, I went and I bought pepperoni. I was just hankering for pepperoni. So
pepperonis. There you go.
let's get some. Yeah, pepperoni is one of those luncheon meats that you forget you can add. I believe, it's just like everyone looks at the bologna, the roast beef, the ham, even chicken. But to add pepperoni to your sandwich, I think it really just kind of cements it in.
But that's it's just such an afterthought to things. Like when you hear pepperoni pizza, you never really think like, oh, I can't wait to add to a sandwich. Although, doesn't Subway have their Italian sandwich that comes with like uh, pepperoni and salami and ham or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's really good. Anytime, and I haven't been to Subway, and I couldn't tell you when, but usually I get turkey and pepperoni together, and it's breathtaking.
I was trying to when you said chicken, I was like, chicken pepperoni. Actually, that sounds pretty good. Uh,
Yeah.
I have some leftover, or my I have my wife's leftover corner bakery sandwich here, chicken pesto. But there's no pesto. It's kind of misleading.
I know. Pesto is one of those like anything could be a pesto. There's like basil pesto, tomato pesto, and people are like, "Oh, more pesto." And I'm like, I used to work at a cafe and we had three different types. And I'm like, "Well, which one?" They're like, "Just the pesto." And I'm like, "There's three different types of pesto." It would drive me crazy cuz people, customers bless them, but I hate them. Because they don't they're just so used to being accommodated,
Yeah,
and they don't really know what goes into something, so they're just like, "Oh, get me this," and they really don't know the work
I
behind it.
always love. Well, the last person did it. Well, I'm not that person.
Yeah.
I can't do
Yeah, those people. Well, you know what? It isn't on Drinks and Words by before we get more into hot sandwich talk like we usually do.
it. Right?
And
I was actually have
wondering.
Subway coupons.
Oh wow, you guys, you could be the owner of Subway coupons.
Just
Just
open your mail.
email us and we'll, yeah,
Open your mail.
or that
It's
too,
in the mailer.
or that too. Are you a coupon guy? Do you
Um,
do you do you see their coupons?
I don't coupon for like at the market because I never need like 17 jugs of detergent at one time. Uh, those people who are super couponers that are like, oh, but you buy some shit like I've never used that before in my life. Why would I buy it just so I can use it to lower my bill? Um, I do like a coupon. I do like a sale. I I am the person who like I will download every uh, market app like Vons or Rouse or fucking thing, just so what's on sale. It's like the digital one. I don't cut them out. But the food ones for like fast foods, yes, I am a big fan, especially when I was more on my own and the single dude and just like I gotta fucking save a buck here and there. It's like 2 for 1. All right, I got breakfast and lunch, or lunch and dinner. Yeah, fuck yeah, nothing wrong with it.
I
And
was
they
gonna
send them
bring.
out for a reason.
I know for David Macias. And if you have extra coupons, make sure to send it to us. Care of Drinks Towards By. Care of David Macias, I should say. And we'll find it a good
I
home.
am not too proud at this point. A sale's a sale. Uh, actually, actually, we've my wife's affliction with um Coors Light. Coors Light as
Yeah.
Stater Brothers has a deal right now where if you buy two 36 packs, they're $20 each.
236 packs. Wow. Do you need a coupon for that?
No, that's just the sale they have. I mean,
And
ultimately, that's less than $1 a beer, and that's amazing.
yeah, yeah. Man, I'm not drinking beer that much lately. I'm not drinking that much at all, I should say. But damn, that's a deal. That it's
Yeah,
deals
I'd
like
say
that
that's why
that make me.
it's a deal,
Yeah,
right? That's like, but I can't pass it up. Hey,
I
just
know. They're
too
just
good a
they're
deal.
just every time I think I'm out, every time I think I'm out, they keep bringing me back in.
Well, I'm not much of a beer guy, and I've been trying to cut back. So actually, I'm having a shandy today. Yeah, or as
Ooh,
I
what's
like to
that?
call them, mimosas.
Manmosas. What's in your shandy?
Uh, Bud Light. That's why I had to. Yeah.
What?
See,
It's Bud Light, orange juice, and peach
well, I
schnapps.
don't have the peach schnapps. I just have the orange juice. So
Okay,
I didn't want to drink your gin, and I don't have a
why not? It's there for everyone.
no. And I've tried my best not to buy more alcohol so that I'm not like tempted. So, and I'm not going to just go out of my way and start drinking Bud Lights. That's potential. Um, we My wife likes to order our groceries, but one of the places we went to doesn't deliver or Coors Light. So we did a Target delivery, and instead of ordering from somewhere else, she ordered Bud Light, and we've had that. It's been so as that was running down, we took it upon ourselves to make sure we got the deal of the two for 20
Yeah.
or two actually.
So wouldn't that be more of a beer mosa than a shandy?
Is a shandy need peach schnapps in it?
In my brain, it does.
Okay, then it's a beer mosa.
I mean,
It's still terrible because it's Bud Light.
well,
This is my like I'm good with this one drink because I don't
yeah.
want to drink another
It
one.
it was weird because I do work today, and I'm like, man, I don't, I'm like, I don't want to drink. I'm like, and so I was like, well, I'll drink coffee, and then I was like, you know what? I have Kahlua. Kahlua is flavored coffee, so it's just coffee and Kahlua today in my, uh, you know,
Ooh, I like that glass. Did you get that
it's
from
in
Mexico?
Mexico, but it's my Tabasco Zacatecas official cafecito glass. So
That is a big cafecito. That's not even a cafecito. That's a cafe.
yeah, yeah, coffee Kahlua. It tastes all right. It needs some vodka in there, and then it would be
Some
pretty
Baileys.
much, yeah, and then it would pretty much be a hot espresso martini, which is all the rage these days.
Yeah, anybody you start doing these fancy martinis and stuff, and people are all over 'em. I'm like, I don't mind a martini. I just need it in a rocks glass. I can't. The martini glass is just too spillable.
It is. I'm sure on purpose. I'm sure on purpose too. They're like, well, we'll give it to them in this glass, and then they'll spill half of it, and then they'll order another one.
Well, because you have to drink it so carefully. You're just pouty lips in that bitch. That's another reason I can't order. I can't. I don't feel masculine drinking from that glass.
Oh, you know me. I'll drink out of that
Like another
glass like regardless.
Oh yeah, but you also spill a lot. That's
Yeah. Look, you could spill as long as you say for the homies that can't be here. That's what I
oh
always
okay.
say. It's always good just to do and say that, and you're pretty much covered.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
All right, last call for topics, guys.
Yeah, right. This could be a quick one. I was
Yeah,
actually surprised that you mentioned today. I thought you had to work. I didn't know it was later that you could do the show.
yeah, it was later today that I could work, and then Saturday I got some stuff going on, and then I offered Sunday too. So but I know you try to cram as much as you can with the wife, so I was like, Friday I'm not saying it's good. It might be our thing, which I don't mind because we're kind of kicking off the weekend,
Yeah.
for everyone.
It gives us plans. That means that we don't have to like we can actually have plans.
Yeah.
Uh, then I head out. I work again on the 21st. I head out to Anaheim.
like
I'll be in
like you're going
Anaheim.
to well, I was gonna say like you're going to another state, but Anaheim is
Yeah.
kind of like another.
Yeah, but you know me, when I'm there, I'm working like, dude,
Yeah.
I'm concentrating because I'm working 12, 14 hour days. So, and I'm not saying they're heavy days, but still, I'm not I'm in work mode.
Yeah.
And anybody who knows me, if I'm in work mode,
Yeah. You're
I'll
you
take sure the job gets done.
which, I should say brings us to our first topic of conversation: drinking before work. Good idea or bad idea?
Um, it, I don't know. It's like it depends on what you do. It depends on how much time you have. I remember stories of people who worked at the or who went to the Cove when they were open at 6 and then got on the freeway after having a couple to go to work. That's not a good idea. That's not a good one. Like if you got a good couple hours, hey, like I'm not saying I never had lunch at the Cove and then went back and worked that night. Hey, there's a good gap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I won't recommend it, but I can't I I can't have like I can't be hypocritical and say don't do it.
Yeah, yeah. Do it responsibly. Again, I'm only having this one drink, and that's pretty much it. And I have a good, you know, 3-4 hours until then. And I even measured this to be like one shot, which is like a 1.5 ounce. So I was like, okay, this shouldn't.
Yeah, plus you still have to have lunch, right?
Yeah, yeah. But for lunch, I'm having a salad, so I don't know what how that's gonna come into play. But
Like,
we'll see.
is it a pre-made salad? Did you
Yeah.
make the salad?
Yeah, well, yes and no. It's a pre-made salad that I made at work, but like, sometimes um we'll make a bunch of salads and they won't sell that Thursday and we can't keep them cuz we're closed for 3 days. And so we got to throw them away. So they're like, "Hey, do you want this salad?" And so I just take it home, but the like we're open Thursday and I never make salads on Thursday. It's like whatever's left from Wednesday, it just carries over you know, and that's it because I don't want to have, I'm not that guy. I'm like, oh, I'll make all these extra salads and I'll have salads to go home. I'm not that guy. I'm trying to like save the company money. You know what I mean? I'm like, we don't do salads on Thursdays
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and whatever's left over is whatever. Sometimes, I have nothing. Sometimes I have a bunch of salads. So you just never know what you're gonna get in that. So yeah, I
What
got
was that? What was that store that used to be right there by the Panera across from the mall? It was that market that was open for 24 hours. It was like all fresh and easy. Was that what
yes,
it was called?
yes,
I love that place,
yeah, me
man. Those
too.
salads are good. I was big on salad there.
Yeah, I used to go there. They were like the precursor to Aldi because I would go there and they really had some good deals on meat and you know what they had really good deals on were nuts. like peanuts and walnuts and stuff like that. So I would always go there to get stuff like that and produce and yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that place. I was pissed. I frequented that place a lot, and I
I
was
did.
pissed when they closed.
I did too. I took advantage of that place. Like, as far as like, it was good for like, the single dude. They had pre-made meals, just a quick microwave, and I got lunch, I got dinner. It was fucking even breakfast. I was like, because they were open 24 hours, so I could stop in before work. And I used to work at like 6 a.m. So I was like 5 a.m. if I can go to the grocery store.
Yeah, definitely. I become such a cereal guy in the morning because when I go to work, I'm pretty much leaving my house like at 6 a.m. So I need something quick and easy. So I go and I do cereal, but like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because I go into work late. I usually do peanut butter banana pancakes. I've been obsessed with these lately. I'm sure we've talked about this extensively, but I've been super obsessed with it. And so today I was able to do that because that's more long form. I could sit down, eat, do some work, and
Yeah.
yeah, I've been doing a lot of work lately. It's weird. It's like, has your week ever been like this where it just you don't know where the time went? You have no idea what you did. You're like all of a sudden it's like it's Friday. What?
So far, that's been the year for me because I look back and go, it's fucking March. Jesus Christ. Uh, February is always a short month anyway, but yeah, there's plenty of times where I'm like, what day is it? It's like Thursday, really? Shit. Okay. Let me. Did I do everything I was supposed to? Do I have anything coming up? You start questioning everything. You question your whole life when you forget the day.
Yeah, yeah, that's been the kind of week it's been for me too. So it's everything's just kind of going together. And because it's been so cold, I've been falling asleep earlier and earlier. And at first, it was cute. At first, it was like, oh, look at me going to bed at 8:30, and then like all of a sudden it's 8 o'clock, and I'm like, oh my god, let me just go to bed. And then it's like 7:45, and I'm like, oh my god, what have I become? The 7:45 bedtime. As much as I don't recommend it, the amount of sleep that you're cramming in, you're getting in an extra hour and a half. I'm almost at 9.5 hours, David. I don't know how to
Dude,
feel about that.
you're waking up refreshed.
No, that's even worse. The alarm's going off, and I'm like, I need an extra hour
Yeah,
playing.
I
I'm
I
playing.
ha- I have those recovery days. I've really been trying to go to bed earlier, like 9:30, like 10 o'clock, like, and that's early for me, because I used to work nights and stuff. So, uh, I really am trying to be more conscious of going to bed early and getting more rest, and then waking up and being refreshed. I'm like, okay, I got chores to do. Like, I still have to do dishes. I know from dinner last night, and I got to figure out what to go. I know what's going on for dinner tonight, but yeah, you start doing that stuff. So I still got chores to do after this. I got to
You
make arroz.
Arroz. You know what's crazy is I'm one of those people that when I'm done with the day, and it's night, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do the dishes. Either I put on music or I got the TV on in the background or I'm just listening to something, and then I crank out the dishes, which is like 5-10 minutes. It's nothing extravagant, and they're done. But what I find remarkable about you is you wait till the next day to do dishes. I don't know. I like to just get it done and out of the way.
Well, the thing about it is, like, I have to wait for wifey to get home, and then we relax, and then I start dinner. And by the time dinner's done being made, and then we're done cooking, and it's just like a little relaxed time, it's just like you get to that point, you're just like, bleh. Get it tomorrow. I don't know. I get if it's weird, it's weird. I don't know. It's something that I do. Like I'm not a night shower. I'm a next day shower. So I'm a morning shower. Um, is it weird? Let us know. I'd like to see if I'm that weird for waiting overnight to do dishes, but like you're kind of like you're done for the day. Like I'm good.
Yeah.
I've done everything for the day. I don't want to go back. Yeah, it's a little tedious to do it the next day, but I feel like I have more energy. It's not such a chore when I'm awake and like more upbeat about it. Like after I've eaten and I watch like some TV. I'm like I have no will to live, let alone do some dishes.
Usually I do the dishes and then I go and I do my teeth. I brush my teeth and floss and stuff like that. So it's like okay, everything's done, and then I can sit down and watch TV. Or I might do the dishes and then go shower and do all that. So my dish game, I'm done by like 6 o'clock. All my dishes are done, and then I'm just kind of, you know,
Shit, sometimes I'm not even starting there till 6 o'clock.
that's ridiculous, David. You're not. You are gaining so much weight eating so late.
Oh, is that what it is? That's the
Yeah.
reason I'm gaining weight. Yeah, that's
Yes.
the reason.
Yes. Don't you know you're
Uh,
supposed to eat
well,
past
I mean,
5?
sometimes some things take longer than others. Like the other day, I woke up early and I prepped some, and I cooked that for 10 hours in the sous vide
Oh
machine.
my god.
So that wasn't done till yeah. So I put that in about 8 a.m. and it didn't come out till 6, right? And then I still have to broil it and get some char on it, deglaze the sauce, and while that's going on, I was making dinner, making steak, potatoes, and stuff, and like it's a lot of shit going on. I don't put a lot of energy into my meals, sir.
Yeah, yeah, you do. Jeez, I don't. There's not that much energy that goes into my meals. Usually Sunday I make a batch of rice and beans or white rice. Usually it's Spanish rice, beans, or I'll make a batch of like white rice, and then I'll do lentils with a batch of lentils and peas, and those are like the base, and then it's just warming that up on the weekday, and then whatever meat I have. So it's all just done in one pan, and
Yeah,
that's
and I
it. I'm
get that. I try that too. I actually have to make some white rice right now before I do the dishes or start to the white rice because I still have the pork, so I want to eat the pork with that. I need like something to go with the pork because it's very fatty. It's quite good actually. Came out pretty good. I got to work on my game on it, but it was my first time ever doing it, so but I was happy how it came out. Um, Yesterday because some of these are easy though. Some of these dishes are those meal preps like the home chef and all the stuff. We use Gobble. Uh, Shout out to Gobble. Um, Good meals, quick meals. We made fish stew last night.
I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, is that weird? The fish is just in water already, so it's like it's in its natural habitat.
No. Well, this isn't like a tomato broth with wine sauce, with wine, reduced wine,
Okay.
and all this other shit. But it was one of those like a lot of the times it's like eating these pre-made meals makes you want to make your own. So it's actually like, okay, what can we have done different? How can I change this up? And what does it need? And so I kind of like what I even watch food shows while we're eating dinner. I forced my wife to watch like Chopped or fucking Tournament of Champions and watch other people cook. I remember I had uh, a post that came up again. I was like, you know, it's a fat ass when you're eating lunch but you're yelping somewhere else to eat. It's like I had my meal, but this meal looks really good too. It's my next meal.
Do you think you could be on Chopped or on one of
No,
those like America? What was it, America Chef things or whatever?
no. I'm not anywhere close to that. I don't. I'm not trying to be. I just like to make food because I like to eat. You know. Um, I like talking with other people about food though, because you could tell like who's really excited. Like I have chef friends and they respect like what I have to say about food, so that's cool. But I am nowhere near that. Like I have a friend who he just launched his own like pop up restaurant. So from like 6 to 11, he does like he has like a ghost kitchen. Like you can't go in and get the food; you have to order it by DoorDash or Uber Eats and all that stuff. So he's just starting his little thing, and he's just doing sandwiches and stuff like that. And I'm super happy for him. He can cook a whole meal, like the whole shebang. But that's his passion, and we like when we work together, we always try to find somewhere to go eat that'll kind of get us, like, oh, this is really fucking good. This looks good. This is good. And we can start talking about different flavors and stuff. So that's something I always appreciate talking with people about food.
Is he putting pepperoni on his sandwiches?
I believe he might have one. Uncle Mark's sandwiches. I know he has one. He has a breakfast sandwich that has is it eggs, bacon? Oh, it's no, it's Apple Jacks encrusted chicken cutlets, eggs, bacon, and like fried bananas on like a brioche with powdered sugar and like maple syrup.
Machi, machi.
I want what's so bad, but he's in Philly.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, pretty soon we're gonna be able to order things from Philly, and it's gonna get droned here. You know what I mean?
No, he's actually as you mentioned it, he's looking into Goldbelly. Have you heard of Goldbelly?
No, what's Gold Belly?
So Goldbelly is like a delivery service, kind of like a DoorDash, but they overnight you food. Like you can get like Chicago style pizza from Chicago and they'll deliver it to you. Obviously, you're paying way more for all that stuff,
Yeah.
but you can get that food.
Why eat today when you can eat tomorrow? That should be the slogan of the company.
Why not? Why wait today? Why not wait till tomorrow for food you can't get today?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but just saying they're missing out on the gold mine.
yeah. Marketing team, David and
Exactly.
Albert, the marketing team. But
All of our
yeah,
pitches will be the same.
but yeah, it's a. Well, I mean, shout out to any chef who's starting out, who's in the game. Like I watch these chefs, and it's amazing the food they put together. Like, dude, how did you think of this? How did you even come up with this idea for this? That looks amazing. But I also always love when you watch those shows and chefs who are judging the other chefs go, dude, I want to bottle this up. Like they couldn't come up with it. So this other chef, it's always that like sharing and mixing of ideas. It's always a real cool thing.
Yeah, I always liked that one chef show that where like the Japanese guy and it's like all overdubbed and
Iron
he's like,
Chef,
oh, I loved it. It was
dude, it was
like,
amazing. Me and some friends, we used to religiously get together. Like Sunday was our lazy day because we all worked together. We were working at Best Buy, and Sunday we had a softball team. So we play softball, and then we'd pick up a bunch of food, and we just hang out all day Sunday. But we always finish the night with Iron Chef. Excuse me. I loved it, man. And then they brought it to America. Iron Chef America.
yeah, yeah. I always loved the secret ingredient.
Mhm.
Today's secret ingredient, nothing. You know what I mean? You're like, what? Nothing. Oh my god.
Gonna make 17 meals with nothing. All right.
Exactly. This is why I'll never be in charge of like a TV network or like like anything. I'm like, okay, I got this stupid idea. You're fired, Albert.
It's so stupid. It's genius.
I know. Oh man.
Well, you are the $1 million idea man. Have you had any recent?
Any recent $1 million ideas? Have I? Let me look at my $1 million idea drawer. Sometimes I just write stuff, just in case I don't. I have one. It's a store where you walk in and you could buy food like from anywhere. $1 million. I bet you it'll take off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's food store.
Yeah.
Sounds sounds intriguing.
Yeah. I'm
I
telling you,
like
dude. People don't even know that they need it
it.
until it's there. I
You
think
know,
that was it.
you ever watch those like videos of like, oh, here's how to make supplemental income, and this person was saying that people are doing. It's not like I don't know how to explain it. I don't forget what it's called, but basically, your home is just a resting area for people who have like surgery or plastic surgery.
Oh wow.
It's like a recovery house. I was like, why don't they just go to their own house?
You know, why
They
could there
go,
only
yeah,
be
people are making $3,000 like off one person for staying for like 6 days to recover from their plastic surgery.
wow, that could cover my mortgage. For 6 days,
Uh,
I just 6 days a month, I just have one person over. Although I'd be horrible because I'm always at work. I'm like, can we only have you over 6 days total? Like every weekend. I'm like, I'm not usually working, so you could do it like that.
So I'm like, dude, that's fucking like, and I guess you're not like, you don't need any licenses or anything because you're just having people stay at your house.
Yeah.
Just yeah, I'm like, but ultimately, when you think about it, it's still cheaper than if you were to pay to stay at the hospital recover.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Was this on TV or something? Or are you just reading on ideas?
YouTube,
YouTube.
yeah,
Yeah, I've been looking for just another source of income, but I'm just, for lack of a better term, I'm just so lazy because I'm just so tired. I'm like, I know I need another job just to, beef up my portfolio. Because like some days, like for groceries, I'll have like $20, and I'm like, okay, this is what am I getting? But it really makes you like realize what's important. I'm like, okay, I'll just get some veggies and meat, and I'm good. You know, but some days I have $40, and I feel like a kid in the candy store. And I'm running around, I'm like, oh my god, I have to spend all this 40 on food.
yeah.
So but I want to have $40 every week to spend on
But
food.
see, that's why the sales are
Yeah,
important. It's like, oh, I can get two salads for the price of one. Yes.
yeah, yeah. You're right. It all comes back to the coupon.
It comes back to the sales of the coupon, my friend. At,
Exactly.
at 99 cent store now has like produce.
I know. I'm down with that. As long as the produce is good, you know, I'm for it. Um, there's not that much around here. I mean, there's Vaughn's and some other markets, but dude, they're expensive. I'm just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm like, my $20 cannot last here. I gotta really think about it. But I shop at the commissary there on base, so things are pretty reasonable there. And so I could kind of get away with a lot more. They don't have coupons because they're pretty economic there. So I'm a little lucky when it comes to that. But they don't have So, but they do have a sushi bar in that grocery store, and I don't know if we talked about this or not, but that was something that I've never seen in my entire life. And I talked to somebody, and they're like, "Oh yeah, isn't that normal? Don't all your grocery stores have sushi bars?" I'm like, "No, like I live in the San Gabriel Valley, you know."
No, yeah, they have pre-made sushi. So a lot of places have pre-made sushi. They're like the Stater Brothers. They have like a little station where they make the sushi. You can watch them make the sushi and they just put it out there.
Yeah, and that was very foreign to me. So I was just like, I never knew that was a thing.
And it's the sushi you like, California rolls.
Yeah, yeah, I love it, love it, love it. I like it so much, and I've been wanting to do them myself. So I'm like, I could probably do this. Like the more you get into trying to save money, the more you get at these crazy notions of I think I can do that. And so I'm like, I want to make sushi. And so I was looking online, and when I get my tax return, how do you know the first thing I'm buying? If I even do get a return on my taxes, I don't know. I haven't finished my taxes yet. But they sell this bazooka rice thing. Have
I've
you
seen
seen
it.
that?
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by it. I'm like, all I gotta do is just put the rice and everything else in on top in the middle, and then just crank it out, and boom, bazooka sushi.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated. I want to buy it.
$1 million idea. $1 million idea.
Well, they had the $1 million idea because they're like, we'll put in a bazooka and we'll do it like that. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm a must grocery store have, a must kitchen have.
And then you buy some imitation crab and some mayo and just mix that up with, some kaki or some sesame seeds, maybe an avocado or some celery. You're good to go.
Yeah, and I'm down with that. And that's all the sushi I ever need. If I ever am hankering though, I used to love going to Tokyo Sakura or Sakura of Tokyo or something like that, just
Yeah,
just
yeah,
down the street.
yeah.
Man, they were so cheap in a good way. Like for $14, I could get California rolls. I could get rice. I could get that little soup and teriyaki chicken. Oh, it was delicious. At least once a month, I'd go there and just oh, it was
That was your
fantastic.
splurge.
That was what I used to. Well, back then when I had money, before I invested in a home,
Oh,
yeah, back then when I could just eat out every night, you know what I mean? Just like which was a gift and a curse because you could only eat out so much before kind of getting tired of like, well, I guess this week is the same thing that I had last week.
yeah. It's like, well, I had tacos for Tuesday last week, but they are on sale. So have a look at this
Yeah,
Taco Tuesday sales. Yeah, you get kind of caught up in that too. Um, then it's like then when you want to eat healthy, you can only go to the places that have healthy food, and you're like, I really want a burger. Like
yeah,
I've never wanted for McDonald's, but right now because I'm eating healthy, I really want a fucking quarter pounder. So weird.
yeah.
So weird how it fucking all just shapes in your head. But I have been trying to eat better. I mean, the fucking pork belly is not gonna be healthy, but I'm having white rice, so it's the counter. It's give and take.
Sports.
Sports. What's the
Um,
last sports? The
well,
on, so you get to see the draft, the people before the draft.
yeah, something I wanted to talk to you about, which is the reason why I'm wearing this. Well, I'm wearing this sweater because it's been cold as hell, really, to say the
Yeah,
least. And so this is my most warmest sweatshirt that I've been wearing like all week, which happens to be my King sweatshirt. But they just happened to trade their most beloved player, Quick. He was the goalie. I don't know if you saw this.
goalie. Really? No, I
Yeah,
did not know that they traded him.
yeah, and it devastated the entire fan base, and it devastated me. I'm like, how could you do this? How could you get rid of the one of the most favoritist players in the world of hockey and in Kings? Like it was
Because he's
crazy.
old and hurt.
He's old and hurt, and that's the difference between a fan and someone in the front office and a general manager. And you have to come to that decision. Apparently, when I saw Quick play, I just saw him play his last game as a King. Unbeknownst to myself, I was watching and we won, and I'm like, yeah, Quick still got it. You know what I mean? Shoot, a couple of days later they trade him, but apparently he's in his twilight of his career. And he didn't say if he was retiring or not. Now, from what I've read, had he said he would have been retiring this year, the Kings would have probably just stuck around with him and just had him, and then he would have rode off into the sunset. But because of that, they're like, dude, we don't know what your plans are, and you're kind of like in
Yeah.
a spot of your career, so we gotta trade for some prospects, or they got another goalie out of it. And yes, I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
On this initial trade, or just the like the
Well,
fan base GM idea of it?
the fan base GM idea, because I know you don't follow hockey that much, but this is something that happens a lot in sports where you have a favorite
Yeah,
player and they get traded
yeah.
or whatever, and it becomes such a an uproar in that fan base community.
Um, this is kind of why I don't buy jerseys, because it's like it's become more of a business than it ever has. Like back in the day, you had a player in your team, chances are they were going to finish their career on the team. Um, Now it's such a business that players don't stay longer than fucking 3, 4 years on the team. Um, and anything they become beloved, and it's hard to see them go. But you have to look at it like, let's look at it. I don't follow hockey that much, but I knew for like the year that the Kings were down, like Quick was hurt. Quick was like, they were like losing every game, and I know he's been around for a while. So if he has value now, because they're I don't know how close you guys are to playoffs. How close are hockey to playoffs?
Um, Not close. It's not around the corner, but it's like a
Okay,
mile away from the corner.
and you guys are doing well, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, at this point, you have to set yourself up for the rest of the season. It's like Quick could go down, and you got nothing for him. I think I get it from the stem. I get it from both sides of it, because I've been the fan who was like, "Oh, why do we get rid of him?" But at the same time, I'm like, it's it really really sucks. But you look at like the worst is basketball. Basketball, these guys just go and chase fucking championships. They don't have any loyalty to teams and like the cities they were in. That's why I don't. I guess another reason why I don't buy jerseys. Like, if I buy a jersey, it's a retro jersey of somebody like somebody I love that they were still on the team. Um, I feel bad for Kings fans, but I feel good for Kings fans, because as sad as it is to see him go, at least you got a future coming out of it.
yeah, definitely. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. You know what I mean? And you know, I knew you would have a good take on it, so wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of hockey, but I get it. I mean, I was a big NHL '95 Super Nintendo player, so that was my hockey heyday.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what got me into hockey too was playing it on the video game too. I didn't know what I was doing, and I still don't know hockey to this day. I just watch it and let the commentators tell me what's going on, and it's one of those things where I could just kind of it could be on the background. I could be watching something else, and I could just kind of peek in and stuff like that. Not like what's going on in baseball. I'm not sure if you understand what's going on, but they have entered into a new era of having a pitcher's clock to speed up the game.
and a
Right?
batter's clock as well, right?
Well, the pitchers and batters clock is pretty much the same thing, but like the batters only have like 11 seconds, whereas the pitcher has like I think it's like 25 seconds or 30 seconds, much like football, where they got to throw the
Yeah,
the play clock.
I I like I like the idea of speeding up the game. I don't like the clock. Now, let me tell you why. I just saw they had I saw a sports highlight where they said, "Oh, a strikeout in 20 seconds." Because I think they only have like 15 seconds. The pitcher only have like 15 seconds.
Maybe it could be that.
Um, Here's the problem. I like it because one, Baseball's just too fucking long.
How dare you? How dare you?
It's too fucking long.
It's not long
It's too
enough.
fucking
I
long.
personally think.
They had it. They told you they had a they
Yeah.
one of the games was like the umps left the game and they still played. The team still played. You have to look into that one.
Yeah.
But although pitchers are like only once every 4 or 5 days, you're gonna see an influx of pitchers getting hurt. They're gonna have much more arm fatigue because they don't get to rest a little bit, like between like and stuff. Kind of shake it off. They're not gonna have time to shake it off. They're gonna have to fucking get back in there and start pitching. So I like moving the game faster. I don't like what's gonna come of it. I'm telling you, they're gonna see an influx of injuries on pitchers this season.
Yeah, that's I didn't think of that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Um, they say that it cuts down about 30 to 35 minutes. So games are essentially going to be 2 hours and 25 minutes, 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
So they're only 4 hours long now. Okay,
Yeah.
it's only 4 hours.
Well, they need commercial breaks, right? That's what they're not limiting. Oh, but the commercial breaks stay.
See, as much as people hate soccer, soccer has
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
fucking. You can build your day around a soccer game. Like, all right, 2 hours blocked
Yeah.
done. Every other sport, like double. What was that basketball game? It was like 176 to 174.
Yeah. That was a
Sacramento
Clipper game.
versus the Clippers.
Yeah. Yeah. That was
Double
insane.
overtime. So that game, yeah. So yeah. But we'll see. I mean, I don't watch too much of baseball now to interject more of an opinion, but that's what I see happening is pitchers getting hurt.
Um, are you going to be watching baseball more now? Is this something that will maybe entice you to watch a game now, especially since they added that whole thing about if a game goes after 9 innings, they're going to put a runner on second, and they're doing a lot of things to speed up the game and just to kind of make it a little bit more intriguing.
Yeah, that I don't like either. I don't like these semi advantages because that's what they did with like football. Football's overtime. I like the idea that if you score the first time, you're good. If you don't, then you can still finish like the 15 minutes or so. Um, because it was always like first score wins, which I was kind of cool with, but you never got a chance to get the ball. That was the second part. Um, I don't know. I may watch a game just to kind of see how it progresses. I may watch a game, but I'm not going to go out of my way to watch, you know, a baseball game. Not like I do. I used to watch a lot of baseball. And when I tell you, I used to be home. I used to back in my younger days when I was very sickly and asthmatic. I stayed home a lot, and we had cable. So I was a big, minus the Indians, I was a big Cubs fan because we had WGN. So I watched a
Okay, yeah.
lot of fucking baseball back in the day with like Ryan Sandberg and Mark Grace, Andre Dawson the Hawk. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I used to watch a lot of baseball, but as I got older, it's just like, dude, this just takes too fucking. And I think, and you know what? Another part of it is my bitterness is I think these guys get paid way too fucking much, way too much. Even
Everybody.
even even basketball though. You
Yeah.
hear what Charles Barkley said
No.
that with this new TV deal that the NBA is going to have, these players that those TV deals make these players richer, and their contracts are going to like they're making like $80 million a year. He's like, dude, if you're making $80 million a year, you shouldn't be taking days off. People are like, oh, I can only play like 2 days a week. It's like if you can't play 4 games, then you don't deserve $80 million a fucking a month or a year.
Yeah. Yeah. But I will say this. You are running a lot. You are doing a lot of calisthenics, so your body does need to rest. Now, if you're getting paid $80 million a year and you were, a work at home person or something like that, okay, I get it. Like, why are you taking days off? Like, you're not doing anything truly, you know, overuse of your body and stuff like that. So I do kind of get
These guys
that.
are paying. Okay, but they're also paying guys $1 million a year to keep them in the best shape and have chefs and eat
Yeah,
healthy and keep your body in tune. I'm not saying injuries don't happen, but if you're just like, oh, you know what, I need a day of rest, like
right, right.
fans,
Much like
because like you come, you were saying,
oh no no, okay, finish, go ahead and finish your thought.
people who like, oh, I can't wait to see this, and then you spend all the money you have to watch one game a year, and the one person you want to see isn't playing. It's like, fuck, all I wanted was this. That's all I wanted. I spent all my money, I saved all my cash to see this one game because tickets are expensive for the most part. As the season progresses and your team sucks, and you can get cheaper tickets, but it's like tickets are a lot, and you can't. If somebody's not playing, it's like, dude, you're the whole reason I came. So that sucks.
New $1 billion idea that I just thought of now. Player coupons. Okay, you go and you're like, I came to see this player and he's not playing. But I got a coupon that says that I can watch him play the next game if he's not playing. What do you think?
That's actually for people who are in season ticket holders. I think that's not a bad idea. Like a kind of like a you get half off your next ticket. Like if
Yeah,
the player you came to see didn't play, you get half off your next ticket. I'm telling you, that would be great for fans.
$1 billion
It's like, hey,
idea.
he didn't play because he's a bench player. He wasn't going to play
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
Can't use that.
yeah. That's to be like well named, name people. You know who had that sentiment? Yeah, was Kobe Bryant. That's why he said that he played all the time, was because he knew there was a kid out there that spent his money to go watch him play, and he always had that sentiment about him. And with that, there was a settlement that happened with Vanessa Bryant and the helicopter crash photos. She won her lawsuit and she's going to get paid $28.85 million for those photos of those very unscrupulous first responders that went and took photos and shared them of that horrific disaster.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Part of me is for it. I love it, and I'm glad she's being compensated. But I'm gonna tell you this part, and I think I'm right in this sentiment. Those people are not paying that lawsuit. We are the
Yeah, the city
people.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, the city is, and even though I'm all for it and everything like that, I'm like there needs to be a change if something like this happens, because ultimately we're the people that have to pay for these unfortunate happenings that happen.
Yeah, you would think that yeah, they're city employees, but that they don't represent the city. They're like a whole different genre. They have their own union and shit. The union should pay that. If you made if cops and I don't want to get too political, but if you went after the pensions and all that stuff, you'd see a lot more policing of the police. They'd be way more involved in like, hey, dude, you're gone. You're costing us too much money, you know? Because I mean, like, oh, paid leave. Why is he on paid leave? This dude
Yeah.
might be criminal. When I'm on leave, they don't still pay me. I can get paid to get home, and like, you're not getting paid. Um, I just think if you went after like the pensions and stuff like that, because they're responsible, you would see a lot more. What's the word I'm looking for? Uh, like restraint. You'll see a lot more restraint in people's actions.
I don't think you would. Not in some actions, because when you're in the moment, especially like when those first responders got there, you're just like, oh shit, no one's gonna believe this. You're not thinking, oh, the the city, those poor taxpayers are gonna have to pay,
I
the
agree,
lawsuit or whatever.
but I mean, I you take photos because you're supposed to take photos of the scene. So
Right.
ultimately, those photos were evidence. So it comes down to you're taught to do that. It wasn't like they took it like, oh my god, nobody's gonna believe this. It was like you have to take those pictures. You don't have to spread them on social media and everything. You know what I mean? That's people's own fucking disgustingness. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah, I would love to know everyone's thoughts on this. So go ahead, slide in the DM or email us drinkswordsby@gmail.com. Love to get your guys' opinion on anything that we've talked about, not only in this segment, but of course throughout the show. Um, it, Lastly, um, Messi has been named best FIFA player of 2022 for the seventh time. You're a soccer aficionado, some might say. Um, is Messi the greatest, player of all time?
Uh, no, I would say Pele is only because, and that's saying that I'm a Ronaldo fan. I think Ronaldo is one of the greatest of all time. Um, I think I think the problem with this whole who's the greatest of all time is it's so generational. I think
Sure.
Messi is one of the greatest of all time. I tend to stay away from saying who is the greatest of all time. I do my best to try not to be like a bias in that way, um, because you're never going to get somebody to agree with you. It's always like whoever you thought. Hell, I don't even think Messi should have won that award.
Wow. Wow.
It was only because of the World Cup. If it wasn't for the World Cup, he wouldn't have won that award. You know, if Argentina doesn't win that award, he doesn't win it because he has it. Like if you watch him and everything else, he didn't have like a spectacular season. You know what I mean? He wasn't. His team didn't win champions or anything like that. So it's the body of work. Did he deserve it to a degree? Yes. Did he? Is he the greatest of all time? I can't say yes to that. Me personally, I just can't say.
Right. Right. Anything else you want to talk about in the sports segment? Did we cover
Uh,
it all?
I believe so. My team lost yesterday. Real Madrid lost to Barcelona. Horrible. Basketball is coming close to playoff time. Baseball is getting close to starting. When we your whole wardrobe changes. Uh, no, just I know the draft's coming up next month, so I'm actually hoping to work it. I'm hoping to work the draft.
Okay. Yeah,
So
and you said that was happening in Vegas?
no, Kansas City.
Kansas City. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to we're gonna have to do a show from there. Obviously me not going there, but
Yeah,
uh, you know, you do it, but you're gonna have to be eating some real Kansas City barbecue,
real. So
you
yeah,
know?
that's the idea, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know for sure, but I'm hoping that I'm going there.
right. Last call for topics. Is there any topic that we need to talk about that we would like to discuss?
Um, do you have vivid dreams?
No, I don't dream at all.
Really?
I just it's very strange. I go to bed and then I wake up and then I'm like, all right, it's just black.
You're just fucking dormant
Yes.
for however yeah.
I'm yes, I always tell myself, this is what Vicky from She's a Small Wonder must go through. She just stick in the closet and
Just turn off, turn off. Really? That is
yeah, that's
crazy. That's really wild to me. Like like even last night I was, I have weird fucking dreams and something was happening in the dream, but I knew I was in a dream. So I was thinking, oh, this is a great question to bring on the show.
In
In
the
the
dream, you're
dream,
thinking
in the dream,
that's awesome.
I was like, this is, I'm in the dream, but I'm also like somewhat awake. Like I know I'm sleeping. So I'm telling myself, remember this question, remember this question, remember this question. And then I forgot the question. So, but yeah, did I have, sometimes you just have some weird shit. That's weird. It's weird to me, not my dreams being weird, but that you don't
Yeah.
dream at all. Like I have some weird shit. But even in my dream, I was thinking about the show. Like, oh, I have a show today. This would be really cool for the dream. For the show.
I gotta tell you, it's gotten to that point where I keep a pen and paper literally right next to me just in case I ever do dream or whatever. Because they always say keep a pen and paper next to you just in case. So
Yeah.
I do to inspire me to dream, if anything.
Interesting. If you ever dream, I want to make sure we hear about the show. But yeah, that's it for me. I just like I said, I had this. I was literally thinking about the show while I was asleep dreaming, and and I don't know why Tom Hanks was in there using like a Russian accent.
Because he's Tom Hanks.
Tom
You know what I
Hanks.
mean?
No, 'cause I was thinking of watching that new movie, his new movie, A Man Called Otto,
Yeah.
but I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I love Tom Hanks. I love him to death. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. But it's starting to get to that point where like, I think you're pushing it. I think you're go back to get acting.
I think you're gonna say I think you're gonna have to go back to the island and get stranded for for a while.
Castaway 2.
Yeah.
Why am I here again? Yeah.
One topic that I wanted to bring up lastly was this whole auto driving that we're starting to see people talk about, but it's gotten to the point where and I just saw this. I haven't read the article yet. Where you think it's a good idea until you find out that what the plan for this auto driving is, if you don't pay your car payment, the car's going to drive off. Did you read about this? They want to install this in the vehicle so that like hey, you didn't pay your car payment, you don't the car is gone. It's going to repo itself.
That's fucking hilarious. That didn't fucking dawn on me whatsoever. That is hilarious. That's actually not a bad idea.
No, it's happening. Ford's Ford's
No,
gonna
that's
it's happening. Ford's gonna implement this, and I think maybe this will catch on, and all the other car people are gonna do that as well.
but here's the thing, it's like I don't see how that works. Okay, what if you park your car in the garage? The car's just gonna go through the garage. It's like no break through and drive itself off.
Or maybe it's gonna wait. It's gonna wait. It's gonna be like, oh man, I know I gotta break away. I'll just wait till you park in your
At
at your
work,
work, and then I'll wait an hour for you to leave, and then
the car takes off onto them
yeah,
later.
like no. Let me let
Oh
me Venmo Ford right now.
yeah. Or do you're driving and the car just takes over and it's just
Yeah,
driving. Where are we going? I need to go to work. We're going back to the dealership.
yeah.
No.
At least drop me off here. I don't want to see those people.
That's amazing. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, like I said, I don't see how that works. Um, like I can see the car stop working. Like the Ford cuts the engine.
yeah.
Like nope, you can't run anymore. I don't see it just taking off on its own. I don't think I think a car still has to have a passenger inside of it. So that's why I'm like I don't see how that works. But I'm okay with it. That'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Bunch of cars taking off.
So everybody,
So funny.
be careful for what you ask for, because you just might get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and also be careful of what you write for, because we will write you back. That's right. Anything we discussed, like I said before, go ahead, email us drinkstowardsby@gmail, or slide in the DM. And when you're there paying your car off on the internet, make sure to hit up drinkstowardsby.com. And there you can see the plethora of streaming platforms that we are available on. And go ahead and click that subscribe button. We're also on YouTube, as we've mentioned for in the past, I don't know, 58 episodes, I believe, that we've been on YouTube now for. And go ahead and check us out there, and you can watch us in person, or if you like listening to us, as the numbers show, you love listening to us, not so much watching, but listening.
It's
I don't
fine.
get it.
Just listen. I'll
Yeah,
just go. Go ahead.
I don't get it, but okay, you know what I mean. You'd rather listen to it than
I'm
watch
not
it.
shaving. I'm not shaving. I
Yeah,
haven't shaved in like fucking like 2 years. I might go a month. Let my hairline really shine.
you should, only as a stunt for the YouTube, so people could
The YouTube.
see. Like, look, we're pulling no punches here. Look, there's
Yeah.
something to look at. I swear, not just our faces. So
Oh man.
yeah, so go ahead and click that subscribe button. And our views have been pretty consistent. Everybody's, we already have like 16 views on our last episode. So, um, hey, there's at least 16 people that think we're worth watching. And
I appreciate you. Appreciate you.
yeah, and if you think did a good job, go ahead and hit us up on the Venmo. And of course, we do this for free, and shit, man, fucking give us some money. We're doing it for free. Dude,
Right.
I
We don't
know,
want it. We don't
I
want it.
know.
We have to. But hey.
Yeah, but for $1 a day, you know what I mean. You could give us money. You could, we would love, to make this a career, but obviously that's not happening. But just shoot us some food fizzles, and
Supplemental income. Supplemental income.
yeah, supplemental. Come on, guys. And that
If
would
you want to
be.
be on the show, let us know.
Yes, yes. Most importantly, if you want to be on the show, let us know. Slide in the DM or email us, speakstowardsby@gmail.com, and let us know whether you could be in person or virtual. More than likely, we could do virtual, easy. In person, we're still trying to figure all that stuff out as to when we're doing our next show. But if you want to wait till that time that we're at the bar, we're open to that as well. But just get in contact with us and let us know you want to be on. We'll pretty much take anybody within reason. Within reason. So, with that being said, we did not get any emails so far about Cocaine Bear or anything like that.
Or
So,
cocaine stories.
cocaine stories are shocking. I thought
Shock.
that I know I thought that was gonna be a hit, and like there's only like 4 views. I'm like, what? Like,
You know
on
what
our
you need to do?
Instagram.
You need to use that as the clip. You need to use the cocaine bear as the clip for Instagram.
Yeah. So
You'll get more comments there, and we can bring it up.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, drinkstowardsby.com, ladies and gentlemen. All your drinking needs and podcasting needs right there. Go ahead, hit us up, and that would be great. Enough of the commercial. It's now time for final cheers. What are we cheersing to this week, David Macias?
Uh, to in honor of what you spoke of, cheers to all the fans who have lost their favorite players to trades. Cheers to all the jerseys that were bought and went to waste. Your player left. Cheers to you.
Cheers, cheers, and cheers to AI. You know what I mean? That seems to be the hot topic of discussion these days. This was not created by AI. I don't think AI could ever come up with this exciting content that we've created.
I could safely say no to that.
Yeah. So here's to AI not taking our job.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh man, that's gonna wrap it up for this edition of Drinks to Words by David. Kick him out,
You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up off the phone.
and we are out of here later.